China entered the 20th century shattered. The empire had collapsed, warlords carved the nation apart, and millions lived in poverty with no voice, no land, and no future. From this chaos emerged Mao Zedong, not a general, not an elite, but a former librarian who believed revolutions were won by peasants, not politicians. Mao promised land to the poor and punishment to the rich. Villagers became soldiers. Loyalty replaced fear. The countryside quietly became his battlefield. The nationalist army nearly wiped him out. Mao's forces were hunted, starving, and surrounded. Defeat seemed inevitable. Then came the Long March, over 6,000 miles through mountains, rivers, and snow. More than 80% died. Mao survived and emerged as the unquestioned leader. When Japan invaded China, Mao avoided direct battles. Instead, his forces spread influence, recruited endlessly, and waited for exhaustion to destroy his enemies. After World War II, Mao struck fast. City by city fell. The nationalists collapsed. Millions switched sides, not from belief, but inevitability. In 1949, Mao declared victory. China belonged to him. What followed would reshape the world and cost tens of millions of lives. By 1949, Mao Zedong ruled China completely. No rivals, no opposition, absolute power. Mao launched the Great Leap Forward, forcing farmers into collectives, ordering impossible food quotas, and demanding steel from villages with no tools. Officials lied to please Mao. Grain was seized, fields collapsed, between 30 and 45 million people starved, one of the deadliest man-made famines in history. Speaking out meant prison or death. Failure was blamed on the people, never the system. In 1966, Mao struck again. He unleashed the Cultural Revolution, turning students into enforcers, encouraging them to destroy tradition, culture, and authority. Families betrayed each other. Schools closed. Millions were beaten, imprisoned, or killed, all to protect Mao's image. Mao died in power, to some, a hero, to others, the architect of unimaginable suffering. By the mid-1960s, Mao Zedong was losing influence. His policies had failed, and others were quietly taking control. To reclaim power, Mao launched a radical purge. He called it the Cultural Revolution and urged China's youth to destroy his enemies. Millions of students became Red Guards. Armed with Mao's words, they were told to attack teachers, officials, intellectuals, anyone labeled counter-revolutionary. People were dragged into streets, beaten, tortured, and publicly shamed. Loyalty to Mao became more important than family or truth. Schools closed, history was erased, ancient culture, religion, and knowledge were wiped out in the name of revolution. China descended into chaos. Rival Red Guard groups fought each other. Millions were imprisoned. Hundreds of thousands were killed. The violence achieved its goal. Mao regained absolute control, ruling through fear, worship, and silence. For decades, Mao Zedong stood above China, not just as a leader, but as a symbol. When Mao died in 1976, the nation stopped. Millions mourned. The architect of modern China was gone, but his shadow remained. To supporters, Mao unified China, expelled foreign control, and restored national pride. To critics, his policies caused famine, terror, and unimaginable loss of life. The Communist Party declared Mao 70% right, 30% wrong. His image stayed. His mistakes were softened, his authority preserved. Condemning Mao meant questioning the system he created. To erase him would destabilize the foundation of modern China itself. Today's China is richer, stronger, and tightly controlled. Mao's ideology faded, but his methods of power never fully disappeared. Mao Zedong remains one of history's most consequential figures, a man who reshaped a nation and proved that absolute power always demands a price.